Fléau du Rocher is the latest full-length album from DARKENHÖLD, which is a French black metal band, a melodic black metal band, and one that focuses on a 90s black metal sound in their own high fantasy style. In the past, they've called their sound castle metal, in the sense that they're referencing a lot of bands and taste that's derived from 90s black metal, be it Emperor and beyond. And they certainly uphold to that standard throughout their discography. For my own taste, this band really hit their stride on their third LP, Castellum, and they've done great work since then. Every one of the records are pretty sharp. Out of the six, this latest one doesn't really change the standard. It elaborates a bit on Arcane and Sortilege from 5 years ago, but generally it refines that sound rather than break out of it and do anything particularly new beyond reviving the use of keyboards on this record a bit more. They used to be much more sparing with keyboards and they were focused on melodic black metal riffcraft, and this changes that. So let's cut to a song, get an example of their sound, and I'll talk a little bit more about what makes this album great. While there are many bands in this style from France to choose from, I think that if you're a fan of the earlier, more melodic side of Sunopfer or Orlac, you'll find that this band carries a lot of those sensibilities. They have that high fantasy touch to what they're doing. They're a little bit less grounded in the folk side of things, but it's still there, as the pagan metal side of Belenos is kind of a little bit in DARKENHÖLD too. Otherwise, this is a band that have focused on both the atmospheric and melodic aspects of black metal. It's not exactly a blasting militant record in any sense. It's having kind of an adventure, and a lot of times that means they're focusing more on the epic station of their songs, and melodies are very important, including guitar-driven pieces. So for me, this is one of the better records of June, largely because there is some bias there. I've been a fan for a very long time. I find that their work is always sincere, it is always well performed, and designed to a T. So I think there's this element of underground black metal that's there, but there's also a refinement that comes from, several decades of work. I love that they capture the spirit of 90s black metal in a way that doesn't feel too nostalgic, but it is their own version of it that carries on. And to me, I like when bands do that and don't sound like a cheap imitation of the past, and they're not borrowing so much from what people have done before in such a direct way. And so it doesn't feel naive. It feels very well informed. It's just a good listen. So that counts for something with me. Check it out yourself. It released on June 6th. Otherwise, go ahead and read the written review to see what else I had to say.